Good morning / afternoon. Let me just adjust this here. Guys, I thought we'd do a bit of a catch up and a bit of a Q&A. It's been a hot minute, I feel like, since I've done a proper Q&A. So I asked you guys over on Instagram, what we're thinking, what's the vibe, what's the chat, will we have a catch up? So if you're at the gym, on the treadmill, driving in your car, chilling on your couch, whatever you're doing to watch this, thanks for joining. I said we're going to post every Thursday and here we are. I just love YouTube, I love it so much, and thank you to those that still support me. I've been here for 10 years very inconsistently, but I want to build this community back up and actually have a nice YouTube vibe going on. So we have a bunch of questions that didn't even scroll a bunch of questions here, and they're very random. They go from like life to pregnancy to motherhood to fitness to food to gym, like all of it combined. So I think that'll be fun. So chill out, listen up, and basically let's just jump right in. If you're new here, please make sure you guys subscribe. Welcome to my corner of the internet. So number one, in fact, see, before we actually continue, please comment down below, for those of you that have been around for a while or even those that are new, what's the vibe, what content do we want to see? Like I've said to you guys before, like I absolutely love YouTube and I very much watch people's weekly vlogs. I like to know what people are up to. Is this a bit bright? I like to see people's lifestyle and all that kind of thing. So Steph, tidy up. So let me know if there's anything specific you guys want to see, or if you actually like more of this specific content, so like what eating a days or days of eating and training or things like that, you know, let me know. So we're just going to read these like as they are. I'm not even going to do any kind of order or like break them up. We'll just like go for it. Okay, this one is, do you walk on rest days? On rest days also hit 10k steps? So I don't actually have a step goal. I don't try and do 10,000 steps a day. I couldn't tell you how many steps a day that I do. I just try and get out every single day and do a walk, and that's only more so because of my two children. So I have two, a 3-year-old and a 7-month-old, and putting them in the double pram to put Freddie to sleep, who is the 7-month-old, to put them to sleep and to get out, get fresh air. We live near horses, we live next to fields, we go a big walk up like kind of back roads and hills and all the rest of it, and go and see cows and horses. And it's more so also for them to get outside. I'm also pushing what is totaling like 20 kilo between the two children and the pram. It's more than that, it's probably closer to like 30 kilo, and it's just out, it's just fresh air. Obviously I can't do it every single day because we live in Scotland and it rains a lot, but aside from that, we try and get out every day for at least half an hour, 40 minutes, preferably an hour. It probably averages about 40 minutes, and it honestly just depends. This weather keeps going like sunny and nice and bright, and then it's going all dull, so the lighting's probably going to fluctuate a lot. And I just try and do that every day, or most days. It's not only on training days or only on rest days or anything like that. I don't look at my steps as that, because my steps, like I said, I don't really have a goal. It's more so just trying to move every day and trying to get outside and trying to get fresh air. And like, I work from home, I have two children at home every single day, every single minute of every single day. Sometimes I'm just like, I need out the house and what I do is go walks. A lot of the time I sometimes do it during the day when obviously I'm here with my children myself and I'm working and I need to put them to sleep. Other times it's when Adam comes in from work, we'll maybe just go a big walk before dinner and things like that. But yeah, I try walk most days. How do you manage 2 kids and a gym routine? Okay, number one, I have not been to the gym in over 2 months now because I got a really bad back injury, but we're close to going back. I think within the next 2 weeks I can go back, thank goodness. But normally my gym routine now with the 2 children is I go in the evening. So I only go to the gym 4 days a week. I'm saying only, but 4 days a week. I don't go every single day. So I normally try and do like Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then a Saturday morning. So the Saturday morning, you know, we're all here, I get up, we have breakfast. Some days I don't have breakfast, sometimes I just have like a bit of fruit and go to the gym like kind of as early as possible. It's normally maybe around like 9ish, which isn't early, but obviously on a Saturday it's kind of early. And then go to the gym. It's literally 10 minutes away. I train for like 45 minutes, it's 10 minutes back, so I'm out of the house for just over an hour. I have a partner, right? He is here, Adam is here, obviously with children. He's a parent. that lives in this house, and obviously not everybody has that. Some people are single parents, some people's partners work like weird shifts, etc. So Adam goes to the gym in the morning before work every day. He wakes up in the morning at like 6, goes to the gym for like 6:45, and then he's out there for 7:45. He's in work by 8:30. That's his routine. And then when he comes home from work, on those 3 weekdays, I go to the gym. So he comes in, I'm ready for the gym, I just get out the door, go for the hour, come back, and he is at home with his children. That is it. If you're also like kind of asking on top of that, like mentality wise, because right now, like my sleep score last night for example, 75, not great. My sleep has been really bad. Like for example, so Freddie does not sleep well during the night at all. He woke up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times last night. Why? I was awake for a total of 1 hour and 46 minutes. My deep sleep was 42 minutes. So it's not looking great, right? It's not looking great. I went to bed at, actually was in my bed for 10:30, but never really went to sleep till 11, and then woke up at 7:40. But that's, which sounds like a long time, like that's a good almost 7 hours sleep. However, I was awake for like nearly 2 hours of that. So that's where we're at. But I'm not going to the gym in the morning, A, because Adam goes to the gym in the morning before work, and B, I couldn't because Freddie doesn't sleep during the night. So it's literally, it would be impossible for me to get up and have any sort of mentality to go to the gym. And that's not me being negative, that's me being realistic. Mothers with small babies who do not sleep through the night and who breastfeed during the night and are up 6 times in a 7-hour window, it's not as realistic to just get up and go. Is this lighting just really bad? Oh no, that's worse, I look like a vampire. What happened there? Current workout split. Okay, my current workout split is it's what's on my current program, and that is the Plant Fit Protocol. I spoke about it in my last video if you want to go and check it out. But I do 2 upper body days and 2 lower body days, and I don't, they're like, one leg day is slightly more quad focused, the other leg day is slightly more glute focused. With the upper body days, it's a combination of all, but I'll maybe do slightly more back focus with then like shoulders, chest and arms, and the other one might be shoulder focused with a bit of like back and arms, like that kind of vibe. So that's my workout split. Any advice for diastasis recti? Can it be corrected many years postpartum? Apparently it can definitely be improved anyway. I still have a slight bit, and it's very annoying because I was working on it so well, and I closed it quite a lot because I had like a 4-finger gap. My gaps after pregnancy are horrendous, and my abs, for those who don't know, diastasis recti is when you have a big gap between your abs. Like they obviously separate during birth, sometimes they come right back together, sometimes they do this and they're not back together. Mine were like that, and now they're kind of like that, so they're just a wee bit behind my belly button. And I was doing well with the recovery of it, but then obviously I got injured 4 months postpartum, and it was in my back, and thus I could not do core exercises to help it further. So I'm a bit annoyed because I feel like that could have been fixed by now, but it is what it is. But yes, I do have a core program as well if you want to check that out. But it can be fixed. Are at-home workouts enough for a start? Kind of stressed about the gym. Absolutely. Again, not to talk about my app all the time, but my app covers everything, and we have home workout programs for every gym program. So if you're an absolute beginner to exercise, or you just cannot get to a gym, or you don't have a gym near you, or you're a bit nervous about starting the gym, you can nail the basics at home first and understand how to do exercises before you move on to like barbells and things like that. Okay, how long should you cut for and then stay at maintenance for shedding fat? Right, so for those that want to lose body fat, if you're someone, I talk to this to my one-to-one girls all the time, right? Because everybody always comes to me and says, I've been doing all the things, I've been in a calorie deficit, and then I'm going to the gym and I'm doing this and doing that, but they don't really do it properly to the point that they kind of in and out of it. So you're not actually consistently in a calorie deficit. You think you are, and then you have a week where you're not on it, and then you're back in, then you're on, then you're... To do a proper fat loss, and I'm not talking about just like going on a diet and like losing loads of weight, right? Because I'm not about fad diets or crash diets or anything like that, as you know. However, if you have body fat that you want to lose, you need to go in a controlled calorie deficit, okay? And you need to stay in that calorie deficit and be very vigilant with it and strict with it for about 8 to 16 weeks, depending on how much fat you have to lose. A fat loss phase is temporary. If you genuinely want to lose the last bits of body fat or some body fat that you have, you need to seriously lock in and be consistent with it for, let's just say, 8 weeks, right? You don't want to stay in it longer than 16 weeks. It'll start to obviously take its toll on you. You might have lacking of energy. You might then just plateau with it. Obviously your metabolism gets affected and things. So a calorie deficit is temporary, it's short term, and you need to be able to just lock in for like anywhere between 2 and 4 months. Just lock in and get the results that you want. And then from there, you want to slowly build up to what is your new maintenance calories, i.e. what do you now need to eat to maintain that body without putting on the extra fat that you just lost. So you very slowly build up to that and stay there. If you haven't fully reached your goal, i.e. you still have more fat to lose, you want to stay at maintenance for probably 8 to 16 weeks. Then you can enter another fat loss phase, and you can kind of do it like that. 8 to 16 weeks, 8 to 16 weeks, 8 to 16 weeks, like that. However, if you do achieve your goal, you then just stay in maintenance and you can stay there, and then you can, over time, slowly build that up if you want to build more muscle mass. That's the most simple way to put it. But a calorie deficit, there's nothing wrong with a calorie deficit so long as it's a healthy, sustainable calorie deficit and it's temporary. And it just gets you to your goal, and then you can maintain after that. Because I think sometimes people think, oh my god, I'm on a diet, I need to lose weight, and they don't do it structured, they don't do it properly, so they just think they're in this diet forever, and then you don't actually stick to it, then you yo-yo in and out, and then what happens is you were never in a diet in the first place. Whereas if you just know how to do it properly, you just do it for like anywhere between 2 and 4 months, and that's it done. That's it done. What certifications do you have? Okay, I have 2 different personal training qualifications. The exact title of them I do not know, but I am a qualified personal trainer on 2 separate levels. I also did my postpartum, prenatal and postpartum training. And I also did my nutrition certificate with, there we go. So it's a plant-based nutrition certificate program. That's what I did my like vegan nutrition on, for those that are asking. Can you talk about eating for a period, gaining weight and recipe ideas? Okay, so I'm going to assume that you then maybe don't have your period from periods of under eating and like unhealthy lifestyle. If you are someone that needs to get your period back, I would focus on hormone happy foods, i.e. they do tend to be healthy fats, avocados, nut butters, some olive oil, things like that, and making sure you eat both enough carbs and protein as well. Overall is calorie intake as well. You want to make sure you have a nice healthy whole food balance. You might have to eat in a bit of a surplus to actually allow your body to put on a bit of weight and for it to trust you again to bring your period back. I can't just give you recipes off, you just said like recipes, ideas. I can't just give you recipe ideas. It would need to be that you maybe make up a bit of a meal plan or get someone to make up a meal plan for you where you are eating in a bit of a surplus of like healthy whole nutritious foods that actually feed your body to be healthy again. Can you talk about how to avoid eating the majority of food at night or later in the day? Eat enough during the day. Eat enough during the day. Please do not skip breakfast. If you're someone that feels like you're not hungry in the morning, have a small breakfast. But this is actually an issue I see with people who feel like they can't hit their protein goal in a day, more than anything. And it's, oh, I don't eat breakfast, so you've already lost like 30 to 40 grams of protein right there. So then you're eating later in the day, you're having lunch, then you're having snacks, then you're having dinner, but because you've not eaten a very good like solid breakfast to start the day, by the time it comes to night time, you're after snacks, you're after the munchies, you're after just something. Try and focus and aim to eat 3 solid meals a day that have at least 30 to 40 grams of protein in them. A solid breakfast, lunch and dinner. It will massively reduce your cravings, it will massively reduce your sweet tooth, it will reduce the need for just like hunger picking or like boredom eating or this like, oh I'm still hungry after I had dinner type of vibe. Eat enough throughout the day, have 3 solid meals, also a snack if you must, but 3 solid meals a day that are enough calories, enough protein, carbs and fats that's actually going to keep you full and satisfied per meal maybe like 3-4 hours apart. It's as simple as that. If you find that you're hungry in the evening or you're just eating all your food later in the day, it's because you haven't eaten enough from the start of the day. Tips for people who can easily eat in a calorie surplus. Potentially you need to look at eating foods that are lower in calories. Maybe like volume eating. I'm not a fan of volume eating, like somewhat, but not to the point where you see a lot of people online talk about volume eating and they just like fill their plate with loads and loads of salad and loads of vegetables, and then add to that to make like a 400 calorie meal look huge. I don't like doing that because I feel like I'm just eating endless empty calories. I'm just eating all these like greens and lettuce and stuff, and it's not actually filling me up. I don't feel satisfied from it, but I'm kind of feeling full because all I've done is chew salad for the past 20 minutes. But what I mean by that is maybe you should look at, okay, well, what foods are you eating right now that are putting you in a surplus? Is your fruit choices bananas and dates, for example, which are way higher in calories than say strawberries and berries and pineapples and grapes and things like that? Are you eating like avocados and oil and food like that, like the kind of higher calorie foods? I would say look at the breakdown of your meals and what are you actually putting in the meals, because if you're using foods that are high in, like loads of food that are high in calories, is obviously going to add up. Because if you're someone that likes a big portion, find a kind of middle ground of volume eating, but pairing that with like foods that actually fill you up. Because if I see one more person filling a giant bowl with salad and then just putting a bit of, it tends not to be vegan, so like a bit of chicken on it and like butternut squash, and being like, oh my god, look at all this food for 400 calories. I'm like, that's literally water. Like, no wonder it's 400 calories, because there's nothing in it. There's nothing in it. You've got protein and salad, and that is miserable, and that does not fill anyone up. You think you're full because you're just eating for so long to get it all away. That works for some people. That most certainly doesn't work for me. But each to their own. Each to their own. How do you stay motivated on your most challenging days? I think when it comes to being motivated, it's not about being motivated. I don't think I'm ever fully motivated. I think it comes down to sometimes I'm like, I think it helps that it's my job. It's my job to post content about healthy food. My job to post content about going to the gym. But also, it's also, I know how I feel when I'm consistent with working out. I know how good I feel, how strong I feel. I love the way it makes me look. We're allowed to be vain and say I like looking good, I like feeling good. Obviously there's days where I'm like, I'm not going to the gym and I'm having pizza for dinner. They're few and far between, to be honest, that I would do both of those things. But I think also as well, like my lifestyle right now with 2 children, and Adam goes to work, I work from home, like my time slot to go to the gym is very limited and very specific. Thus I kind of tell myself I have to go, like it's non-negotiable. It's like, well, if I don't go today on Monday, I can't actually go again till Wednesday. It's not like, oh, I could just go tomorrow. It's actually I can't go for 2 days, and I've also not been in 2 days, so then it's going to be like 4 days, and I know I'm going to feel just bleh doing that. Honestly, this 2 months off right now is making me feel really bleh. So it's more about just like, for me, it's non-negotiable in that if I skip it, it's not just I'll pick it up tomorrow. It's actually I've now kind of messed up for like a few days. Not messed up, but set myself back for a few days, and I'm not able to like get that endorphin flow exercise vibe going. So maybe, I say this to people all the time that come onto my one-to-one. If you struggle with motivation in your scheduling, or you find that you just put the gym off and you decide, oh, I'll just go tomorrow, and before you know it, it's Thursday and you're trying to go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but you've got plans on Saturday, Sunday, or you're doing this or you're doing that, or work was really busy or things, you need to stick to a plan and not your mood. Stick to the plan, not your mood, i.e. plan out at the start of the week when you want to go to the gym. Okay, just say, these are the days I am going to the gym, before work, after work, on my lunch break, at the weekend, whatever. Pick the days in advance and stick to those days. Just stick to it. I don't care how you feel, don't care if your day was crap, don't care if your sleep was a bit blah. Pack your gym stuff and go to the gym those days. Okay guys, last question that I have here is, how did you survive the first trimester? I'm going to be really honest. My first trimester with Blake, horrific. Like, I couldn't look at my laptop after 10 o'clock in the morning. I would literally wake up in the morning, feel so nauseous. I had to just eat like toast first thing, just try and eat even like 2 bites of toast just to like get the nausea past. Then I'd feel okay, then I'd be on my laptop getting a bit of work done, and then I would literally fall asleep. The amount of times I woke up on the couch like my laptop on top of me and thought, what's just happened? So tired, so nauseous. I actually, in my first trimester with Blake in my first pregnancy, I couldn't eat tofu, vegetables, rice, like see my usual meals. Any home cooked dinner I could not eat. I could order tofu, rice and veg from the Thai restaurant or from the Chinese, but I could not eat a home cooked meal to save my life for probably about 6 weeks. Between the kind of 7 weeks to 12-week mark, I was just, no, I couldn't even look at broccoli. The thought of it was revolting. So I definitely struggled in the first trimester with Blake, but I was also at home all alone. Adam was at work. I was trying to get work done, but I was like, oh, I need a nap. Have a wee nap. Oh, I really need to just have a bagel and crisps. Okay, let's just go make a bagel and crisps. Okay. However, second pregnancy, I obviously had a 2-year-old at the time. Couldn't just nap because I have a 2-year-old. I definitely was tired. Didn't really experience the nausea the same. Didn't have any food aversions. Like, I ate the same meals as I always eat. Adam was raging because Adam loves a takeaway, right? He loves it. Any chance for a takeaway, that man will take it. So when I was pregnant again, he was like, yes, we're gonna have like 6 weeks of takeaways. And I was like, nah, I'm fine. I can eat my dinner. And he was like, this is the worst news. So 2 different experiences. I kept up the gym fine in my second pregnancy in the first trimester. I was just tired, really, more than anything, and it was more so because I couldn't have naps and things because I also had Blake. So the first trimester, not enjoyable from a fatigue point of view, but not as bad as my first one. And I don't know if that was a mentality of actually I can't really just lie around and feel sick, or it was because it was a boy pregnancy. Apparently boy pregnancies, like, number one, I looked so much better that pregnancy. My second pregnancy, I looked better, I felt better. I definitely had a bit of more of a glow. I wasn't like as puffy and fat in the face. My first pregnancy, my god, I looked like I ate a hippopotamus. I gained 23 kilo in my first pregnancy, but I gained it in my face, my arms, my legs, like everywhere was just, you know, and I had a massive bump obviously. Second pregnancy, I gained 20 kilo, but it was all bump. Like arms, legs, face, a wee bit fatter, but nowhere near the first experience in my first pregnancy. So if you're in the first trimester, just pray to God and do your best because it's a write-off. It really is just, you've got to just focus on, okay, I'm pregnant, that is my only commitment to life right now. I am absolutely nothing else. So I hope that was helpful if you are pregnant. But that's all my questions. That was a nice like 20-minute Q&A, a nice catch up. Like I said, guys, please comment down below what kind of content are we after. Are we after days in the life? Are we after weekly vlogs? Are we after a bit more of the food and fitness content? Do you want it all mixed in between? Let me know. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next Thursday.